So Orlando is on the board again at number 8. Thanks to Chicago. Thank you, Chicago. Thank you for overvaluing what Nikola Vukovic can do. Thank you for giving stupid, not putting draft protections on your pick. You couldn't go like top 15 protected, bro. You were that confident. You really were that confident that you were just going to drop Vooch in the middle of a Levine hurricane and those two were going to figure it out. Yeah. Shouts out to Chicago. So Orlando gets another pick. And Kendall, what or whom is going there?
Sengun. I'll probably say Sengun. Yeah, I mean, they need a big who can get a bucket. They want to try something. They want to get testy because no one knows. We don't know what they're doing. Sengun's the guy. I mean, Nico, you already explained what Sengun brings. Yeah, he brings all that when it comes to offense. Defense, I'm just going to let it know now. For the first 3-4 years, he's going to be god awful.
I think he's got upside to be better than that, but I agree that's a likely outcome.
Yeah, I got to say going to the Magic.
I do have one question for you. After what happened with their bigs that they've drafted, drafting this high, drafting a big this high, do you think that they have the stomach to take Alperen Sengun?
Yeah, it's the complete opposite of what the guys they have been drafting. The guys they have been drafting were tall, lanky, high defensive guys that come in and can play defense. That's already hard enough to ask for the center's position. So if they got a guy that's a center and it's the complete opposite, is an all offensive guy, no defense, I think they make that move.
I think he could be better than Vucevic. And, like, if you get a player who at least has the upside to be better than the dude you traded away and Wendell Carter and another first-round pick, like, a nice piece of business for the Magic.
Nico, who do you have going to the happiest place on earth?
Okay, so it would be contingent on who they picked first, right? And
who did you have going there last week?
I had my 5th ranked player as Scotty Barnes, but I'm not sure they would actually take that dude at 5.
Okay, in a perfect world, they took Scotty Barnes. Who are you taking with this pick?
That becomes hard. If they took Scotty Barnes, I might be trading it away because they already have Jonathan Isaac, and the next 3 players I have kind of play a similar position. But the dude I have slotted in as my 8th ranked player is another guy we talked about last week, and Jonathan Kuminga. And I just think there's no way you could have both him and Scotty Barnes together on a team because they're the same dude essentially. And Jonathan Isaac, that team would be chaos. But Jonathan Kuminga, like we were talking about, he has the upside to maybe be a creator as well as defensive potential. He's kind of the same conversation we were having about Keon Johnson earlier. He's got all those skills. He just needs to string them together.
Okay, I'm just gonna lay out. Kendall, the floor is yours.
All right, so we're moving on to the next guys, right?
No. Your take on Jonathan Kuminga, sir.
I forgot about him. Oh God, Jesus. I'm sorry. Okay, first off, Nico, I thought you had him lower than I had him. Having him this high is slander.
8?
No. He shouldn't even be top 10. He shouldn't even be top 12.
the dude has. Like,
He's so long for you. Oh my goodness.
I understand. I understand he hasn't shown very many skills to be at an NBA level yet, but realistically, the way I'm looking at it is this dude reclassified last minute. If you think about it, he should have been now coming into the season. He'd be going into before the draft, and I think coming into next year, like with that added year of development, he could be equal to some of the guys at the top of that class. There's a few scary dudes in that class, so I don't want to name names, but overall, this dude, just as he fills out and gets more talented, I think he could be a great player. It's not guaranteed, but with a bonus first round pick like Orlando has, I wouldn't mind taking the shot.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind picking him, but when it comes to the player, like the players in this draft, he's nowhere near the talent level or potential talent level of any of these guys in the top 15 to me. I mean, look at his offensive game. He can't dribble. He can't shoot.
I think he can dribble a little bit. He can't shoot, though.
His turnover to assist ratio it's 2 assists to 3 turnovers. What can he do with the ball in his hand? He's proven that he can't do anything.
Yeah, he turns the ball over a lot, but that's like I had mentioned before. I'm not worried about turnover rates for young players. Like a lot of kids need to learn how to clean that kind of stuff up, and that's the thing that we've seen time after time. Players clean up at the pro level. It's one of the most teachable things.
Okay, let's say he can dribble. Okay, he has dribble potential.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't finish at the rim strong. He has no mid-range.
He's got that.
He has no jumper. So, yeah, he's athletic, but you don't see the athleticism when he's driving.
Yeah. You're teaching him everything. That's the thing. Like, if he comes in and plays like he played this like in the G League his whole career, this dude is going to be out of the league, like at Anthony Bennett like speed. But I just think I kind of believe in just the talent the guy has to fill up.
There is no talent, though. Like, there is no talent. There's nothing he does on the basketball court that's like, that's why I want him.
I think the passing and dribbling is at a higher level than you. And I think he has the moves that he can get into his shot easily, but he needs to clean up his mechanics for sure, and also learn how to use his athleticism a little more at the rim. But like some of the moves he does at the rim are smart, but like the stuff he does, he makes easy shots hard on himself, and I just think a lot of this stuff is coaching. And
he doesn't make easy shots hard. He just doesn't know how to put the ball in the basket.
No, man, he goes up and
how do you make a hook shot or a layup hard?
He'll have a clear path to the hoop, and he decides to do a double clutch because he's worried about a defender who's coming and who's 5 feet behind him, and he doesn't have, if he just dumps the ball, then that's 2 points. But instead he tries to do like a double clutch up and under reverse layup and shit like that all the time. He believes, I think, a little too much in his skills with the ball, and if like he just starts making the simple play more and more and more. And that's the same thing with the shooting. Like he shouldn't be shooting contested 3-pointers. Someone needs to grab a hold of this kid and shake him.
You say this all the time. Grab a hold of him and shake him. How many of the grab a hold and shaking guys end up being good? Well, I'm done. I don't even want to talk about him.
Okay. But the last thing I'll say on Kuminga is, I understand also being worried about the upside because of the way the dude acted in the G League program. But to a certain extent, I'm willing to write it off for an 18-year-old. And that's why I still have him as a top 10 pick, because I just think on like upside alone, he probably has the most things he could do with his career in this draft.
You're wrong. I'm done.
Vince, you're muted.
This is the last thing on Kuminga. I had a scout or somebody. I won't say scout. I had a talent evaluator who's been in the league quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you the comp, but I'm going to give you the caveat first.
Okay.
All right. The first year, we're going to have to strip him down of his belief in himself. And he is going to have to gain mental toughness and competitiveness. And then year 2, we can start working on the skill.
That's how I felt about James Wiseman too,
Now,
personally. But I get that.
But here's the comp. Sean Marion.
Yeah. His jump shot looks a little better than Sean Marion's, but I get it. With everything else, it's a very similar player type, and I think he's got maybe a little bit more of passing upside, but Marion, I guess, did really get to show.
That was the floor. You want to know what the comp was if he hits all of them?
Oh man,
Are you ready?
It's gonna be great.
Scottie Pippen.
It's gonna be great. Oh man, that is a bonkers one. The one I've heard is Tracy McGrady, but I guess similar kind of ideas.
What are y'all talking about?
What
are y'all talking about? This is beyond dumb. This is the dumbest conversation I've ever been in.
This is if Kuminga becomes the best possible version of himself, just based on his athletic upside alone. So, essentially, like Vince said, you rip everything this guy's learned about basketball out of his head and you reteach it all. So this is hypothetically if he works out at the highest level. That's the type of player. Just based on athletic upside, again.
Okay. So I just wanted to throw that out there. We can move.